done.
5 years.
You've only got 80 million followers between you. Glad you promoted the podcast again. Well done, boys.
Hello, Leeds fans, and welcome back to the Roaring Peacock podcast. Leeds United, the team that will never lose again, thanks to Daniel Farke's incredible change of system at halftime at the Etihad to save his job. And now we can do podcasts again, thanks to, as I said, we're never going to lose again. Therefore, we're back, boys. We're back. The dirty Leeds are back. So we've got loads to talk about as ever. We haven't done a pod in a little while. So Liverpool, Chelsea, anything else? Brentford. We didn't lose in London.
Amazing.
And what a fantastic game the referee had. Another outstanding officiating performance. So to talk about all of that and the Crystal Palace game coming up is Barney, best father, apparently, at Barney LUFC 20. I don't think do you have the authority to say that, Barnes?
Best father?
It says it on your fucking little thing there.
You've
says it on you.
You've written it.
So professional. So
You put it. It's on the screen.
It's my son who's
It's on the screen.
Oh,
well, there we go.
Has
Okay,
he bollocks? I'm not having that. Has he bollocks?
Yes.
Shut up, man.
He sets it up for me. I'll have a word with him about that.
Fucking hell. How much did you pay him to put best father on there, Barney? Come on.
He's having a laugh after I've just grounded him from his Xbox.
Obviously. Got to be done.
Has he been?
Kids.
Why's that come about? Too much Xbox?
Just detention
Again.
Again.
The
Takes
apple
after
doesn't
his
fall
dad.
far from the tree.
The thing is, he's got a brain, though. That's the thing. And I didn't have a brain at school.
Right. Well,
since donated it to fucking medical science, Barney, haven't you? Though. But...
Do you enjoy the discipline? Being the disciplinary.
What we're about now.
Do you enjoy that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy being disciplined, Barney? Don't give away all your personal secrets.
I'm going to have to tell this.
No, I did that.
Yeah.
The first 2 times I wore a hat on the podcast, after about 10 minutes, I was fucking beading out. I had to get rid of it.
It's those when you're in the white hot heat of those bright lights talking about Leeds United. And also joining us is the man with one eye.
Aye.
The pirate, Admiral Nelson himself, standing atop his column. Big Mac, the Prince of Darkness, Ewan Metcalf, Machiavelli.
Aye. How we doing? We all right, people? Excuse the eye. That's what you get for poking your finger up your bum and then rubbing your face. I'm not messing about with still saws at work without any. I shouldn't even say it. I've got a construction training business, and I'm saying that. Yeah, I tell people how to do it properly, and then use a still saw with no mask or goggles on. Yeah, this is what happens.
Well, cheers, boys.
Cheers, lads. What you got? What you got? Oh, you've got your cheap tat from Leeds United for the members thing again. Yeah, nice.
65 quid. This.
Fucking hell, mate.
I bet it leaks as well, doesn't it?
No, it's
not yet.
Yeah, but I call it Elan.
It's quite sturdy. Mine are in background there somewhere, along with that other shit that you got. What else did you get?
Coaster.
Oh, it was terrible. Yeah, couldn't even make out what was on it.
It's the tiles. They've gone with the tile theme,
That's
and
right.
then there's a sticker. One of those stickers on.
What's the obsession with this piss stinking alleyway that leads you from Gelded Road to the stadium? I don't get it.
History.
Is
It's
it?
history, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in the blood, innit? Yeah.
When you're walking down there, there's needles, all sorts. It just the smell of burgers in the background.
We're going to have half a dead dog and some Johnnies and a fucking syringe next year.
Yeah, cherish memories. Tear in the eye.
Yeah.
Well, I have got one. Yeah. Forgive me.
Just streams and streams of needle-ridden.
That's what we should have next year.
Homeless people. Yeah, it's just sentimental. That's what it is. It warms the cockles, I believe.
It does indeed.
Yeah. Well, they've got to pick something, don't they? I don't envy them. So that what will happen is they'll be in the boardroom and they'll be doing the designs 3 years ahead, and they'll be like, "What theme can we do for the kits this season?" And someone will be like, "Yeah, we should do the tiles." Brilliant.
Fucking lunatics.
Well, how are we? How are you, Mac? Apart from your eye, you all right?
Do you know what? I'm glad. I've been. I don't want to labour the point because I think I say it every time I'm on here, but I've been working very long hours for the last few months. It's been pretty busy and non-stop time. So I'm really glad that today's my last working day officially. When you got your own business, you don't really switch off ever, but I do tend to Christmas and sort of through the summer I do. So yeah, I'm feeling good, mate. Despite the eye, I don't feel poorly or anything. Yeah, I'm feeling top of the world, mate. It's good to see you two boys always. I haven't seen you for a bit, and looking forward to seeing you on Saturday.
And Barnes, you're okay in general? Everything good? You're fine?
I'm good. Yeah. My last day tomorrow, and I'm off till the 6th of January.
Woo!
Yeah, 8th for me, Barney. I had to trump it enough. I'm done today, and I'm off till I go back on the 8th. So, good lad. How's the new job going?
Yeah, it's good. It's interesting, really interesting. TMVs and all that kind of stuff.
All right, I didn't want you to talk about it, Barney. Fucking, I was only asking.
TMV?
Yeah.
Is that sort of like XG?
Get a cream for that.
Yeah, it's a bit like that, yeah.
Get a cream for that.
Brilliant then. So, Brentford won, Leeds United won. What do we think of that? Barnes, should we start with you? You happy with that?
I to be honest, I thought it was after the highs of Liverpool and Chelsea. I thought it was going to be one of those games where it was just going to be a far cry away performance, where it's laboured from the first 5 minutes. You just know how the game's going to end up being. But considering that Brentford are an established Premier League team now, they're not very good, are they? They're really not very good. And it wasn't an entertaining game whatsoever. But games like that, if you're a promoted team, it's just getting that point, and that's all you needed, really. I mean, it would have been. I think we could have won the game. I think we edged it a little bit more, but other than that, it was a shit game. But we got something out of it. Where I thought probably the games before Liverpool and Chelsea would have lost that game.
Yeah, absolutely, Macca.
Yeah, I just think the formation helps. Done it away, home, doesn't matter. It's difficult to play against. I think it was Paul Reaney, wasn't it, at the start of the season, said something about there's a lot of poor teams in that division. When you're sort of worried about coming straight back down, there is a lot of poor teams in that. I think listening to some Brentford fans, I think they sort of think that was their worst performance, but that's in some ways that could have been down to the way Leeds played. I think we kind of contained them, frustrated them quite a lot. Definitely had the better chances. I mean, on another day, we win that game quite comfortably, I think. Really unlucky, for their goal, I thought. A little bit unlucky, a little bit naive. But, yeah, a lot of things conspired against us, particularly Beale's touch, instead of putting it out for a corner, back into the mixer and getting the deflection almost, it was going wide, I think, or at least hitting the post and back into the goal. So, all in all, I thought we should have won that game. I still thought we should have sneaked it. We had the much better chances, missed some very good chances. Good away performance. That's what I don't care. I don't want it to be entertaining, pretty. Make it horrible. Make the home fans think, oh God, this is what an awful game. Good, get a point. Get back home and let's make Ellen Road a fortress and get some points there, and everything else will fall into place.
Right. Del Boy 85. Evening, gents.
Del.
Evening, Del. And he says 3-5-2 has rejuvenated the team. Well, I have to disagree. I have to immediately throw a spanner in the works here.
Right, well. only Leeds fan in the world who thinks it's not working.
So it did work. It worked against Man City in the second half. It worked against Chelsea wonderfully. But against Liverpool, it didn't work. And against Brentford, it didn't really work either. And both games against Chelsea and Brentford, Farker had to change it, and as soon as he changed it, they seemed to know what they were doing again, and we seemed to be far more attacking and go on the front foot again. And he had to change it those 2 times because we were behind. So there was we were behind at Man City at half time. I don't think you can underplay that moment. I think in the Etihad against Pep Guardiola, and you need to change something, and he's hardly ever played 3-5-2 except, last roll of the dice a few times in the Championship in the last 20 minutes or whatever. Well, it's invariably on the 70th minute mark when he made substitutions, and he was so predictable, and his back was against the wall, and they're a possession-based 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 team, and then all of a sudden he changes to 5-3-2 or 3-5-2, and it's counter-attacking, and it's a total 180 on philosophy, right? And it works for a game and a half, and then against Liverpool it didn't work at all. And partly,
in what way do you think it didn't work against Liverpool?
Because we couldn't play, we couldn't pass, we didn't know what we were doing in possession. And they were they're good at high pressing, but I don't think Brentford were particularly good at high pressing, and we still couldn't string 5 passes together or create any sort of build-up play. And then out of possession, the press is non-existent. It's almost non-existent. And so what ends up happening is we don't have any of the ball, and then they have all of the ball, whether that be Liverpool or Brentford, and we don't know how to play counter-attack in a mid block, and it ends up creeping lower and lower and lower, and we sit back further and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. They get more and more and more of the ball, and if you continue to do that and not putting any pressure on the opposition, they will eventually score, even if they're as shit as Brentford were. If you give up the entirety of the pitch and all of the ball, and you can't string 5 passes together, that's a recipe for losing. So I think the surprise element worked against Man City and Chelsea. I think it worked against Chelsea because they weren't so good on the ball, and they're a very short team, and we bullied them. But you can't bully Liverpool; they're too strong. And similar with Brentford, you've got a few wise old heads like Henderson, and you're just not going to be. You had these young guys in Chelsea, and we just bullied them all over the pitch.
I think
anyway, long story short, they changed it again, and then we brought on Aronson, brought on Tanaka, and then we started pressing.
I think that's a manager's job, isn't it? Though it's to in game, and this is what we've criticised Farker for a long time. He's in game to see where he might be able to change the personnel to win or get a result, and I think he's starting to realise that's his role. For quite a long time, it's felt like he's got his system. He's got his favourites, and at 70 minutes he'll make his substitutions. And I think he's starting to learn. And it's God bless, thank God, it's the pennies dropped that you do have to work it in game. I mean, I don't disagree with you, Donny, not at all. I think you're right, and it's evident in the way we played when changes were made. But I think some of that's a personnel thing, and the fact that we're still, you're still a team that's coming up, and are the personnel good enough to compete at that level? So I thought against Liverpool early doors, when we were not passing well and giving the ball away. I mean, evidently for the goal, the Ekitike first goal, that was more to do with personal errors and the performance of individuals than it was the system. But I think it's good that Farker's realised that you've got to look at the game like Emre would, or like any other manager worth his salt would, and go, this isn't working. How are we going to change it to affect the game? And that's. If that's finally that penny's finally dropped, then whether it was Man City that inspired it or the fact that he was probably 2 or 3 games away from losing his job, then I'm happy it kind of happened, regardless of why.
I looked at Brentford, right? I was invited onto BBC Radio Leeds last week, and was asked. I knew I was going to be asked about Brentford, so I looked into them. And the only team who've gotten really anything out of Brentford away or won was Man City recently, playing a 4-1-4-1. I just thought, be a bit proactive. You know,
be braver.
Stop. He's just so reactive. He takes so little risks, and that I want him to be more aggressive. You know, I want him to make more changes at halftime. I want him to set things up differently. You know, he talks about not being a flag in the wind. I just think, just look at your opposition and set it up differently. Like it clearly wasn't working after Liverpool, so he had to change it. When you looked at Brentford, even in my sort of limited analytical brain, and we're talking extremely limited here, we just needed a press against Brentford. We needed to get at them. You saw them. I mean, Barney, you saw them.
I thought they were there.
Awful.
I mean, Barney will tell you the same. I thought they were there for the taking, Brentford on the weekend, on Sunday.
Yeah, get at them. Get at them.
I don't think you can. I think it's really hard though to from a team that's coming up. If you look at how Burnley set out and how Sunderland slightly differently, but I mean the system's sort of pretty similar and personnel's quite similar. It is a really risky thing to do, is to suddenly change every game and change the formation, change the system, change the personnel. Because if it doesn't work, you're on a hiding to nothing, aren't you? And I think that's Farke's problem, is he won't accept that's part of the risk of his job is, I can do things that it might not work and it may reflect badly on me.
It's risky not to do anything.
It's still Man City that went and did it. That'd be probably Farke's argument was, you're talking about Man City here with a £2 billion football team. And Brentford's home record, to be fair, it's like, I think there's only Man City and Arsenal that's better. So they have, as limited as I think they are, with your man, the lad up Sharda, whatever he's called, missing, I think was clearly good for us. I thought Thiago had probably a poor game, by his standards. So I think a few things conspired to help us on that, get that point. But
I also think the 3-5-2 system complements the players that we've got. I think we've seen the best from Biol playing in the centre of the back three. I think we've seen better from Stack as well, because originally in the 4-3-3 system, I just thought it was all vibes at first. And it was interesting, the press conference today, where the players in the start of the 3-5-2 are running less distances. And then when we move into a 4-3-2-1 system, or whatever the system after, there's more distances running, but we're actually one of the fittest teams in the Premier League. So maybe that's why we win it. We're getting those last-minute goals. That's why some teams struggle in the second half against us, because we're a fitter team, changing from a formation as well. And I like the way that it's complemented Calvert-Lewin as well, because I think in a 4-3-3, a Calvert-Lewin won't work in that system. He needs someone back to the side of him, and I think he has to play that system just because we've got that main striker up there that's going to bully defenders all the time. And I think that's the only reason, one of the only reasons why we're playing that 3-5-2. And I think also as well, it was the players that we got in. It was all about staying in games for so long and then trying to get something out of that game. And I think it's shown in those last few games. I mean, the Man City game, it's a bit of a cliche, but we probably won the second half, didn't we? We came better in the second half because the Man City literally could not handle how aggressive we were.
Yeah, and the goals also came from pressing and defensive actions. We're actually, like, if you look at defense shot creation from defensive actions, I think we're first or second in the Premier League. So that's all about transition and counter attack and press and pressure. So when there are some great things about this system that really help. And we talked about it. We actually were asking for this. But the Scripe partnership, we've all grown up watching two strikers develop a partnership together and feed off. I hated playing alone up front. I always wanted. It was horrible. It's horrendous.
I can't think of anybody apart from probably Aguero that's done it well. you look at some of the great teams that have been out there who've played with one up front, and there will have been examples, but I think we've sort of, you look at the kind of way that football, like fashion, it's cyclical, isn't it? Fashions come and go. Pulis and people were called dinosaurs, and now all the stuff that they did's coming back.
Yeah.
Two up front, long throws. Have you noticed the new kickoff, which is play it right and then boot it to, it's like a quarterback type throw to the left hand side with everybody on the, so that they get possession high up the pitch early in the game when people might make mistakes when they're not warmed up. I mean, it's just a throwback, and I mean, like Barney was saying, I think that the thing about the system, the 3-5-2, without Bogle and Goodmanson, you couldn't play that system. It's only because he's got those two fullbacks and he's got Metcher and or Okafor and Calvert-Lewin. I mean, we said it in the first few games, didn't we, when people were chastising Calvert-Lewin? He needs somebody near him. You can't play that role without either a midfielder joining or a 10 or another striker. And suddenly, guess what? Somebody's latched onto it. He's got somebody near him and he looks 10 times a player. Look at where his goals are scored. He scored, 5 goals now? I know there's a couple of penalties in there or a penalty in there. They're all in the middle of the goal, and that's because that's where he's spending his time. And when the ball's coming into the box, he's not running channels. He's not out there. He's right in the middle of the fucking
not dropping
goal.
Deep into his own half to collect the ball.
In the middle of the goal. You could literally draw a line from the penalty spot to the 6-yard box, and all his goals have been scored there. There's
Absolutely.
a reason for that. There's a reason for that.
Delboy says, I suppose we need the 2 big men up front for it to be optimal. Missing Lucas for Liverpool, weren't we? And if we had Lucas and DCL up front for Liverpool, we would have been much better. And I wholeheartedly agree. In fact, Lucas Metcher is a very interesting player. Can you guess who the highest XG per 90 in the Premier League is?
Who's giving it away? But is it Metcher?
No.
The highest XG in the Premier League.
XG per 90.
Haaland?
Erling Haaland. Can you guess who the second player is?
Metcher.
There you go. Well done. Lucas Metcher, 0.77 XG per 90. Wow. I mean, the chances that he's getting and the attacking situations that we're creating when we've got 2 up front are so much better. It's just a higher quality of chance because you've got those 2 players working off each other in that area. And exactly what you were saying, Macca. If you look at the position of Dominic Calvert-Lewin's goals, I mean, Calvert-Lewin is 8th on that list at 0.49 XG per 90, and the others in the top 10 are Mateta at 3rd, Thiago 4th, and that also corroborates your theory that he had a bad game. I didn't think it was just him having a bad game. I thought Rodon has been absolutely almost unplayable. I mean,
agreed.
He destroyed Haaland, him and Biol, and Strout's been good as well. But I think Rodon, he's one player. If he got injured I think we'd struggle.
Even one leg, he'd still hop out and play the game and have that grimace on his face.
He's injured every game, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I don't think he's played fit one game yet, maybe 1 or 2. But I think the thing about that we talked about partnerships up front, it's exactly the same in that position at centre half or 3 centre backs, whatever. You think about Rodon, quick, wins most of his duels, aggressive. Biol, same, and then Strike's your ball player. He's the guy who brings it out, left-footed, opens up the left-hand side of the pitch. Rodon's been playing right wing sometimes. There was a passage of play the other day when he got the ball out on the right wing, 35 yards from goal, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing there? Get back. But that fluency, that kind of ability to kind of work together.
Complement each other, don't
they? Yeah, it's gone up 100% since it was 2 at the 2 centre halves. Biol looked poor. He's looked like a different player. Rodon looks even better, and Strike is less tasked to do the things he doesn't like doing, and is more, getting that ball and playing down that left hand side of the pitch and opening things up. I still have a little bit of an issue with Okafor, in as much I think he's better than. I still think he's a better footballer than what he's showing. I think people kept saying he was the danger at Brentford, and I thought he was, but I thought he could have done better with 2 or 3 of the chances that he got. and I think he drifts in and out a little bit. So I think Mecha would be a natural choice. It's a shame because with his pace, I mean, he should be causing all manner of problems, not just for 2 or 3 incidents a game, but throughout the game. I think that's where he needs to work on that consistency and that kind of constant.
It's a tough one with Okafor, isn't it? Because if you're going to play that 3-5-2 system at the start of the game, and you've got Mecha fit, you're going to have him up front with Calvert-Lewin, aren't you? And where does Okafor fit? You can't have him as a fullback because he's not a player that's going to defend for you because he wants to play at left wing. So the only way you can fit him in is playing the system that Farke likes to play. So it's a tough one, but it's a nice. It's showing that we've got some sort of flexibility in the squad with players coming in and out, and you can see when we change our formation in the second half, for example. We've got players that can fit into that system. We've got players that can come off the bench to do that as well. But Brendan Aronson, he's always going to be a lightning rod for the team. But he's a sort of player that you want off the bench because he's like a little blue ball just flying around all the time. It's like you just think, fuck off, just go away. But it's like in your face all the time. That's the sort of play you probably want for the last 30 minutes of the game to fly around. I mean, that assist for Saka against Liverpool.
Yeah, really good, yeah.
Really, and actually a really intelligent ball, which you don't usually think that you would get from Aronson.
It's a double-edged sword with Aronson because you need his press, you need his pressure, you need his energy off the ball. And that can be a positive, a net positive. He's also good in transition, defensive transition. So getting back, scrambling back, stopping a counter-attack. And who knows how many potential goals he would have stopped or saved. You know, you can't really accumulate that in the same... There's no way of knowing, really. Because he does stop situations just by his presence or just by the pressure he puts on.
He's just on the ball. He's just on the ball. He's debatable. You know, you just look at it. I don't know what they do. I mean, you look at, like, Perry. I'm going to pick on Perry for a minute. You know, his distribution's fucking appalling, and you just think, what do you do all week? Me and my sons were sat watching the game the other day saying, what does he do all week? You know, he can't... He hits passes into, like, no man's land. He hits passes out for throw-ins. What are you doing all week? What is it? Nervousness? Is it because he's not used to the English game? Is it because he's getting pressurised a lot more on the ball? I mean, you watch him in this French league, and his distribution looks okay, particularly from his hands. It looks fucking appalling. So, you know, that's got to get better because, you know, you've got Calvert-Lewin who wins everything up front. You've got Mecha that holds the ball up really well. Most of the time he kicks the ball, it goes nowhere near either of them. And you know, Aronson's the same in as much that you think, what do you do all week that you've not got any better? You know, you on the ball, the decision making, just ability quickly to. I keep saying about the Premier League, when you watch it, if you're able, any team, you know, Liverpool, Man City, whatever, they move the ball really quickly. They don't deliberate on, I'll hold it for another touch and I'll have another touch and I'll go. They see the pass and they play it, and that's what kills teams. It's an absolute killer for any footballer. Is you don't want to be dealing with that. And I've seen Leeds do it a load of times, and he's the worst offender. Where there's a pass on, and he'll have a touch, and he'll end up with his back to the pitch, heading out towards touch with no options. You know, if he had an alien flopping him, even he might get a few free kicks, but he gets the ball taken off him. So there's a load of issues with him. Coming on the last 20 minutes, the last few games, I actually think he's been the best he's been for us. You know, thought he was decent against Brentford, very good against Liverpool. So yeah, I don't want to pick on the kid because I mean, clearly doesn't do us any favours either, does it? And he's not an awful footballer in regards of his energy and his attitude and application. He's just fucking poor on the ball, and he's not alone. Like I say, I think Perry's spent a fortune on a goalie that's, I'd argue, is not massively better than anything we've got.
Graham Smith asked Farke about that today at the press conference, and he said, I look at Perry and he's a great shot stopper, and he is. Some of the save he does is fantastic.
Agreed, yeah.
And he says, yeah, we did know about his distribution. It's not great. We're working on that. But if his distribution was good, he probably wouldn't be playing for Leeds.
Maybe.
Because you'd have your all-round keeper there, wouldn't you?
Nick Pope's the same for Newcastle. In fact, he's lost the ability to stop shots, which is a bit worrying. But you know, I've always thought Pope was a great keeper, and when we flirted with getting him, his problem is he can't. It's terrible. His distribution, his feet are awful. So I mean, listen, you're a keeper for a reason. If you had a keeper who could pass like Pirlo, I mean, you'd probably win Champions League because it's a really pivotal position to be able to pick passes from, like that sort of quarterback in it. So
I think it just means when you've got, and this comes on Farke as well. So when you've got to understand the team that you've got to look at what you've got and play to their strengths.
Exactly.
That's what we talked about too up front. Calvert-Lewin needs somebody else there, because what's the point of him winning every single long ball that you send up to him?
Yeah.
Nobody's there around him to make use of it. So it's the same thing with Perry. Perry's distribution isn't great. Okay, no. There could be worse problems for a goalkeeper to have. Correct. He could be letting in every single shot near the post.
It could be Melier and flapping things
at every single cross,
dropping crosses and shit. Yeah. No, listen, I'll swap it. I'd swap it all day long. And clearly, if we had Melier in goal, we'd be bottom three, probably bottom.
So we need to give him the options.
I mean, some of the shots from Perry, it's just
it's a couple against
really impressed with some of the saves he's done. Really,
so give Perry the options.
Yeah,
drill it into those centre backs. As soon as Perry gets the ball, run into space, give him the option, and do it in the similar. Have 2 or 3 different areas of the pitch, where as soon as that ball goes to the goalkeeper, I know my job is to run into this particular square of the pitch, and Perry knows his job is to just kick it to me there. Yeah. Simplify it, and then you start to stop some of these issues. But I would say that Perry's save percentage is not great either.
It's getting better. I think it started badly. It's getting better.
It's the lowest it's ever been in his career. It's 57.4%. It's one of the lowest in the Premier League.
He's probably not being used to saving as many shots as he's had to do for Leeds as well. But I do think he's got better in the last 4 or 5 games than what he was at the start of the season. I thought he was poor. Yeah, a lot of stuff past him that I thought he should have stopped and made a few mistakes.
Right, some of your comments then, and hello to the 193 people who are watching on Twitter and the assorted others from various other social media platforms. Hello, good evening. Delboy, Ampadu has looked solid the last few games, hasn't put a foot wrong. Yeah, one of the greatest signings ever, I think in my lifetime, is certainly the value for money. It's crazy. Ali, 8-Ball Ali, worries me. It was obvious pre-season the players that we bought were for 3-5-2 and 5-3-2, but that wasn't obvious to Daniel Farke. And he also says 2 big men would give Perry a bigger target area. I'd give Born Out a go up there while Metro isn't fit. Well, it's funny you should say that, because when I was researching Born Out, he has some of the best attacking stats, attacking aerial stats particularly, amongst players in his position in Europe's top 5 leagues. So I was thinking, coming into the season, okay, you've got 20 minutes to go. You need to nick a goal.
Yeah,
send Bornau up top. Yeah. Send the big boy up there. See what we can get.
You've done so much research. You're so professional. If you only promoted this podcast and we were more consistent, we'd be flying.
Yeah. It's just.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Oh dear. Right. So what else are we going to talk about? Liverpool? Do we want to talk about that?
We haven't been on for ages, have we? So I mean, we can't not.
Oh,
these are the fun bits.
Go on then. Give us a. Do you want to? Should we do a ref watch? We haven't done one of those in a while. How did you think the referee was at Brentford?
Fucking absolutely fucking shite. Oh my god! I mean, he couldn't wait to give that penalty. Right? I mean, he couldn't wait. And then there was a worse one on Calvert-Lewin right at the beginning.
Biting down on the whistle, like.
Yeah, he couldn't wait. It was like, I've never seen a ref give a penalty like that. That's a VAR one all day long, isn't it? He's not seeing it. It's on the other side of the player. He can't see fuck all. Yeah, definite penalty. I've seen that. He couldn't see shit all. And then, literally, if you're going to give that, and I don't think it was a penalty. I'm going to say something in a minute, right? I don't think it was a penalty, but then Calvert-Lewin got pulled down by his epaulette, his shoulder epaulets, whatever. Pulled down onto the floor by the centre half.
What part of the ball did he get?
Miles more of a penalty than the first one, right? Nothing. And then tried to give an explanation to Ampadu, who was great because he's constantly stood next to the ref going, oh, hang on a minute. Fucking hell, he's like reffing the game, Ampadu, in it, which is brilliant. Yeah. I love that. And the worst thing was, even when he did the voiceover thing, when he had to rule it out because it was offside, he fucking couldn't resist on saying, the player that was fouled was he won't fucking foul, you cunt. What are you about? Fucking foul, you dick. You can't leave it alone, can you? The player that was fouled was offside. He fucking wasn't fouled. Put a little finger on his shoulder, you dick. Fucking idiot. They're all shit. That knobhead who refereed Liverpool was shit as well. He was absolutely fuming he had to give that penalty against Nonto. Just all shit. The shit. They're fucking inconsistent shit. Little bullied wankers. They've all got that voice. Oh, hello. Pleased to meet you. My name's Anthony. Fuck you, you prick. Sorry, I'll shut up now. Barney?
I think for me that it's the common sense of refereeing seems to have gone away because they always know that VAR's going to either overrule them or if they get it wrong, they can back them up.
Save their ass.
And yes, exactly. And it just feels like there's sometimes when you watch the ref when they're playing at home, because where I am, assistant ref, and you can see the ref on the pitch, like looking at the linesman, like, and
they're giving nothing on it.
I don't know. Well, just play for a throw in. You just think. I mean, I've had 8 pints before a game. I know if that's offside or football. You have to be a professional ref to know. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, all 3 of them are offside.
Yeah.
There's just one guy there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, look, it's a very difficult job, isn't it? It is a very difficult job. I wouldn't want to be a referee. I wouldn't want the pressure of that. I wouldn't want 30,000 people calling me a wanker. All at the same time.
See you next Tuesday.
I wouldn't. I don't envy them at all, but they're not helping themselves, and the PGMOL isn't helping itself, and the laws of the game aren't helping them. So, simple things like that infuriate fans is we don't want armpit hair to be measured to the millimetre in order to give an offside. I mean, a lot of people were saying that Liverpool goal was offside, so it shouldn't have counted the second one. I don't want to see that given. I'm a Leeds fan. That was a goal against me. I don't want to see that given. No. He's in line. Yeah. Then he's onside. And it was always that. And the reason why they brought that rule in was to stop goal hanging. Because you would have formations in the 1890s where it'd be like, 1-1-9. So you got 9 because everybody wants to be the striker and get the glory, don't they? And so so that's why the rule was brought, not to measure it by millimeters, and then it also takes away from the fans who are there because you're waiting 10 minutes. I mean, what was it? Was the 13 minutes injury time at half time in one game this season?
Yeah.
Well, even Liverpool was that 9? Was it 9 minutes at full time or 10 minutes?
Yeah, that was Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean,
they're not helping themselves. A dive was a free kick and a yellow card. We used to try and analyse what a dive looked like. Now they don't care. The only way to get a free kick is to dive. And even then you've got to do it dramatically enough, with enough flair, and there's got to be,
Well, I wouldn't swap.
I've got an idea. So all these hipsters like XG and stats like
You're talking about me. Am I a hipster now?
Yeah. It's growing a beard.
Yeah.
But he's got a penny farthing.
Listening to vinyl.
He's got a penny farthing patch outside his house as well.
Yeah.
there should be some sort of like ref stats where the amount of running they do in a game and the amount of decisions they get right compared to the amount of decisions they get wrong. There must be something like that, surely.
That will definitely lower the amount of abuse that they get.
Yes, because we could turn around. Actually, on this ref stats, he did okay here.
Do you know what it is?
Expected wrong decisions, XWD.
That's it, yeah, like that, yeah.
Do you know what it is with refs, right? I truly believe, when I played, if you're a bit more human, people forgive you the errors, but it's the fucking robotic, make it about me, ego that kills that. So I've played for refs that got things wrong, but because they talk to people and they're human and they sort of make a bit of, make light of it and say, I don't know, just a human ability to be able to do it. You've got to have better personalities as refs because they're fucking so robotic and like utilitarian kind of, they're just totalitarian type. It's about me and I'm going to make it all about, and we've seen some fucking horrendous examples. Or be like Pierluigi Collina, who was just like, don't argue me because I'll fucking beast you. It's like, just have the authority. Don't pretend to be Pierluigi Collina when you look like a kid who got bullied at school. Just be a normal person. Talk to players right. Say I'm not sure. I didn't see it. Be honest. I didn't know. I didn't see it. I've given it because of a viral sort of. It's this kind of, oh no, don't argue with me. Don't even dare to question me. Yeah. Everybody from every angle, like Barney said. I've seen things from the south stand that look like a penalty, and then you see it from another angle, and it's not a penalty. So that's the same as a ref, isn't it? Depending on what his positioning is. They talk about good positioning for refs. He might see something, not see something. A great example, that penalty against Brentford. There's not a chance on this planet he can see whether that's a penalty or not. So why is he giving it? If it's not this kind of unsort of registered bias to the home team, who, let's be honest, it's not because the crowd are baying for him. He fucking don't even sing. There's no noise in that stadium at all. I mean, that Lego stadium. This is why we need to stay in this division because...
Well, they had to paint the seats in different colours to make it look like there were more people there.
It's bullshit. It's like something from fucking Pez. It's just shit, mate. I can't abide. I mean, Bournemouth, I think, feel slightly differently about, but Brentford, London, West London. How are you getting 12 fans in there and no singing, no atmosphere? Fuck them. They shouldn't be in that division.
So, yes, the Dominic Calvert-Lewin incident. I just think they've got to simplify it as referees. What part of the ball did he get? None. Absolutely none. He's grabbed him and he's thrown him to the ground.
By both shoulders on his shirt and thrown him to the floor.
It's a foul. Anywhere else on the pitch, it'd be a foul.
Yeah.
And I know that they're trying to have a bit of argy-bargy, and that's a penalty. It's simple. Penalty. And you talk about crowd influence. There's 4 people sitting in a room in Stockley Park that are surely not influenced that much by the crowd
at all.
You would hope not. And they need to help out the referees more. If the referee misses it, that's totally understandable. He's one man surrounded by 22 people on a football pitch. He's going to miss things. But you can watch it as many times as you want. That's a penalty. It's so clear and it's so obvious. And they're the 2 measures by which they've defined.
I don't think they're giving attackers in a lot of occasions. Get back to goal, 25 yards out in the box, the benefit of the doubt either. So if a defender can get away with that, that's the fact, right? So a defender can do what they did to Calvert-Lewin. If an attacker did that to a defender as a corner comes over, referee blows up straight away. The number of times we've built up pressure, we get a corner. And you're almost waiting for it. He'll give something really simple. He'll give something really cheap here. Or Strike put his hand on the shoulder of a defender. Yeah, but he just pulled him to the floor by both shoulders. How's that the same fucking thing? So you either have to make the mind up that it's an equilibrium, so everybody gets the same treatment. In my opinion, attackers should get benefit of doubt. Defenders are all over attackers. You look at Viduka and he never got a free kick. Peter Crouch never got a free kick because he was angular and he was tall. Viduka was a big lad. Never got a free kick. He got manhandled all the time. Calvert-Lewin's in the same league at the moment where because he's physical, because he's aggressive, because he's hard to play against, he's T-ready.
That was 45 minutes.
Yeah, fuck that. We're still going. But anyway, make your mind up. Is it equal, or in my opinion, in the box particularly, attacker should get benefit of doubt, because I don't know an attacker in the world that thinks I'll go down here. You want to fucking get the ball, turn and shoot. That's what attackers want to do. They want to get the shot off. They want to hit the target. It's bullshit. No attacker goes on the floor. Willing onto Liverpool, same. No reason for him to go down. He held off. Kid caught him. Goes down. I mean, you listen to some of the Liverpool fans were like, "There's no way he's a cheating rat. He's a diver. Don't need to dive."
Can I dive? He just slid across fucking 5 meters of the piece of stupid. If Strauch or Rodon is doing that, I'm apathetic about it, because you don't go to ground. If you go to ground, you have to win the ball. You have to win the ball. And if you don't win the ball, there is absolutely no excuses. Did Willie make the most of it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Why wouldn't you? And if he doesn't make the most of it, we're angry at him.
He wouldn't have got reviewed. Probably wouldn't have got reviewed because he was sat there going...
Yeah, but I'm actually angry. Like, when one of my players doesn't dive in the area, they've been clipped clearly and the defender hasn't won the ball, and my player tries to
make the most
honesty and stay on their feet and try to make the most of it. No, get down. Right, so there's just a couple of other things that have been pissing me off recently.
Oh, fucking he's off now, isn't it?
Oh, here we go.
Right to it now.
It was always ball to hand, not hand to ball. None of this, awkward area, unusual position, etc., etc. Intent. Have you deliberately put your hand towards the ball to try and stop it or not? Because if the ball has hit your arm, then that's ball to hand and it's just accidental. Play on. Yeah. So get back to that. It was way better when it was like that. And then 8 seconds, I like it, but they're not enforcing it.
No.
8 seconds. I want a corner. I want my corner. I want it. So you better start timing them, because I am, and you're not enforcing it. And the same thing for throw-ins as well. Right. That's enough ranting. Ali says, sometimes it's almost like you know what you're talking about, Adonis. No, that's not true, Ali. Let's not.
We've been here a long time, mate. Don't be daft.
No. Okay. Man of the match then. Let's quickly go through that. Man of the match, Barnes.
Calvert-Lewin for me.
Yep. Why?
I just think he's that sort of striker we've been crying out for years, if I'm honest. Just like...
Are you throwing shade on Patrick Bamford here?
Why not?
We've been crying out desperately for this kind of stuff for years.
Well, it's everything that what Bamford did, but that's what he's doing, because he can bully.
He's better at everything.
He actually does what Bamford tried to do.
I mean, watching that cross from Nonto and his hang time and the way he leaps, and also they showed it where he was literally offside, and then he moved back in again to wait for the ball to come in. It's just a really, really clever striker that a team like we are, that we're going to be in for a scrap. He's a sort of striker that's going to keep us up, because he's scoring goals. He's got Premier League experience, and he's also keeping fit as well. Touch wood. So at the moment, I think he's probably one of the best signings in this season.
Free.
And apparently he's on 90 grand or something. In the grand scheme of things,
I'd say that.
It's not a lot, really,
I think Rodrigo was on 90 grand. He was fucking shit.
Yeah. So I think that the way Calvin... I got a load of ridicule when I said if he keeps fit on Twitter, that's going to be a right signing. But then everyone shared that fit picture of him like wearing a dress and stuff like that. But that doesn't define a player. That doesn't define what he does on the pitch and how he's going to bully defenders. I mean, he must be a right bastard to defend against. Because he's just constantly, like, the way he brings the play together as well. I think really, really impressed with him last few games. Really impressed with him.
Yeah, his energy is the energy that he brings.
Yeah.
He's aggressive. And he's always got a little violent. He's got a little bit of dog in him. which you need, especially at this club. But he is world class at heading, and I don't think we've had really somebody who's world class at just like one aspect in a long time. Maybe Pablo.
Yeah. Did you see
Rafinha, obviously? But
did you see it when the game finished and he went like that? He went like that, and he called Nonso over, and he says, "Keep doing what you did there. Keep doing it." Because I can guarantee, if you keep doing that sort of cross for Calvert-Lewin, he'll be on 15 goals at the end of the season.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Feed him, 100%. Feed him. That's what he wants. He don't want to be. I mean, I think he's got a lot of qualities. I think just to touch on that, what I like about him is he looks fucking focused all the time. So when he's waiting for a goal kick, he's waiting to press. He looks hungry. He looks eager. He looks really focused. I love that, man. You can't buy that. I don't think it's a show either. Sometimes you think it's performative, some of that kind of stuff. You look at sometimes what Keane used to do or whatever. I don't think it is. I think genuinely he's just really enjoying it, and he's like enjoying being fit. He looks fit.
Yeah, he does,
I don't mean in his dress, good-looking lad. I mean, genuinely looks fit. He looks super fit. In all
he doesn't
the
look
ways.
bad. He doesn't look bad in a skirt.
In all the ways, he looks fit. And do you know what? He did that interview when he went up to the commentary box,
which was just weird, by the way.
It was a bit weird, but I thought he handled it really well.
I like that. Yeah, I liked him in sliders.
Yeah, he comes across lovely. I think he's a good kid, and
a Yorkshire lad as well.
I love all that, man. I love everything about him, and I've always said to you that if we got him right, we'd be okay, because he will score goals, and he's a menace, and he never stops, and he's relentless, and that is exactly what we need this year. So props to him. I think it's hard to argue him man at match, but I am gonna. I thought Ampadu ran the game pretty much. I thought Ampadu was terrific, and for the goal, most players that lose that ball on the edge of the box or try that shot and it comes back don't manage to recycle it and work hard to get it out to Nonto. Ultimately, that's what caused the goal. So I just think in the moments he was great. I thought all game he was great. I think he's a leader. He's the one that talks. Look at the Chelsea game, and he ran that game. He bullied the ref. He did it against Liverpool. I just think he looks, again, it's fitness, isn't it? I think most footballers dip in confidence when they don't feel fit and they don't feel like they can physically keep up with the demands of the game. And if you get an Ampadu and a Calvert-Lewin right, you've got two monstrous players for you in every, not in moments like Okafor, every minute of the game they're fighting to do the best they can at every opportunity. So I thought Ampadu's been great for games. I thought he was brilliant against Chelsea. I thought he was great against Liverpool, and I just thought that was a leader's performance against Brentford, and I thought him and, God bless, and I said to you about Henderson, it'd have been a good signing for us. I thought them two ran the midfield on the weekend.
Do you think Ampadu might go to Celtic then in January?
Why?
His dad's part of the coaching staff.
Nah,
I don't think so, Barnes.
Why would you want to finish third in the Scottish League rather than fucking finish 15th with Leeds? You know what I mean?
Yep, and I'm going to say Bogle, because you two took my other ones.
You can agree. You can't just say, I'm going to go Ampadu as well, or DCL. You don't have to go with a new one.
No, we got to keep it fresh for the listener. Bogle, I just thought, I think Bogle and Goodmanson have really excelled in the 3-5-2. I think that if we didn't, I think you said it, Mackie, if we didn't have those players, we wouldn't be able to play that formation. It's a very difficult job as wing back in 3-5. You've got to do as much running as a sort of number 8. Yeah, you've got to have a couple of Lee Bowyers, basically, on either side. And, against Chelsea, I mean, that I cannot get that Goodmanson performance out of my head. I thought he was fantastic. Not so great Brentford. Tanaka, I thought was really off it. But Bogle was fantastic. In general, Goodmanson's been just a revelation, and another sort of cheap buy. but I mean, Bogle, 4 million. Was it from Sheffield United? Another incredible buy, and I think the recruitment team haven't got enough praise. I don't think
he's such a good footballer, Bogle. Intelligence, feet. He's got everything. It's like you kind of almost think he could be even better. If he just kicked on again or got that bit of belief. What was the goal that Tanaka scored? Was that Liverpool or Chelsea?
Chelsea.
Chelsea one,
his feet and how he played that ball around the corner to Tanaka. World class. It's like you say about being world class. That's world class football. And it's a shame about Tanaka because I thought I want him in the team. I think when we've talked about partnerships and equilibrium, him and fucking Stack's looked better since Tanaka's been in the team and not Longstaff and Ampadu. Ampadu's looked better. So Tanaka definitely has an impact, but he's got to turn up. And I think he's unlike last year, he's looked up and down, whether that's injury or whatever. But I love Bogle, man. Goodmanson, I've slagged him off and said his fucking Firpo's just as good. He's poor defensively. Most of the goals come down the left-hand side. If he could pick a pass in the final third, Goodmanson, he'd be fucking... Again, he won't be playing for us. He'd be playing for, like, whatever, Real Madrid, whatever, because his energy and fitness and running and it's exceptional. Just that final decision.
5th in the Premier League for crosses into the penalty area, Goodmanson. So there you go. What I really loved about him against Chelsea was the pressure that he put on Esteban.
Yeah.
Right. A few of your comments then. Dennis 1997 LUFC. A up, lads. With 3 exclamation marks. That's an intense A up. Who would you guys sign in January? Please don't say another winger. We might as well play 11 wingers. Delboy85 says, I agree with Mac. Okay, Ampadu was my man of the match.
Good lad.
He did run the show, didn't he? And by the way, Ampadu has our most successful take-ons in the Premier League.
It's been great.
So he has been sort of doing those forward thrusts through the middle of the pitch.
We love a forward thrust, don't we?
Getting the team moving up the pitch. I thought Beal, as he completely dominated Thiago, says 8-ball alley, and yeah, Beal's been a revelation in the centre of that 3. Right, EO, we've got just enough time for what's your thing, Barney.
So I'm reverting back to what I used to talk about. So my thing, because Christmas is here,
fingering.
All the Christmas specials are out at the moment on UTV Gold.
Wow!
So at the moment they're showing all the Royal Family Christmas specials.
Nice.
And Royal Family is just absolutely just really clever written comedy. So tonight's one is when they're going to be making the Christmas dinner. And you remember when they forgot to defrost the turkey? They put it in the bath to defrost it. So it's that one. Fantastic TV. Just great TV. So that's my thing, watching Christmas specials. Also, they've been showing the Only Fools and Horses stuff as well. They had The Good Life on this afternoon. Oh. Obviously, I was working from home and I didn't watch it.
It's amazing, isn't it? All these theme tunes that you got when you were a kid, like Littlest Hobo, Keeps On Calling Me. There's a It's like you never forget them, do you? Like, the same as a Good Life tune and all that. I'll tell you what I've been watching.
Way down at the bottom of the garden, among the birds and the bees, there's a lot of little people. Yeah. They call the Partington Peas.
Oh. Okay, no. You don't know that one. That's what you're on about. Donny's lost it. You know where?
I could have been. I could have sang "Biker Mice from Mars."
Oh, it's a different generation.
Yeah,
me and Barney. Barney's
definitely. What about Thundercats?
Thundercats.
Barney's an old head, isn't he? By the power of Greystoke, I have the power. Do you remember He-Man?
Oh,
Captain Planet.
Yes, I loved He-Man.
I'm more fucking Bill and Ben and fucking Andy Pandy and fucking...
Yeah. But I'm really surprised I haven't done they're doing all remakes of films. There's nothing original out anymore. Yeah. Why haven't they done a remake of He-Man? Do you remember Dolph Lundgren, the original one?
Yeah. Good. The cartoon was great.
Or The Navigator.
Grayskull.
The Navigator. Never really into that. What was the one where all people like managed to like live forever.
Well, short circuit.
No, they jumped into a swimming pool. It was like in an old
Cocoon.
Cocoon. Yeah, that were a good film as well.
Hell. I went to a health spa of a week that was like that. To be fair, I was fucking youngest in there.
I'll tell you what was a good show. The Last Train. Do you remember that?
No.
Dystopian, post-apocalyptic show, late 90s.
I was 5, man. Anybody watch
on ITV. Yeah, late 90s.
There used to be a band that used to sing that, but we don't talk about that band anymore.
Right.
Logan's Run. Oh, not the
Last Train Home.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Are they embroiled in sexual?
One of them was, and he got killed.
Where he's dead now.
Yeah, he's dead now. Yeah,
right.
That band
cancelled.
I'll tell you what I was going to say to you, Barney. What I have been watching, old school, not that old school, but Early Doors. Remember Early Doors? I've started watching it from the start again. What a fucking program.
Great TV, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant.
Unbelievable. Stuff. It's unbelievable. I think, I love Phoenix Nights and, The Office. Probably Phoenix Nights is my favourite, Max and Paddy, whatever. But that is the cleverest.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Oh, it's so good. And that's Craig.
Come get your black bin bags.
Yeah. That'll be Craig Cash, won't it? Who wrote The Royal Family.
Fire straight up and...
It'd be still the same thing. It's a 30th cock and balls, man. It looks like nothing else.
I'm on the bus. Can you hear me now?
What about the balls? Snake eyes, Brian. Snake eyes. Yeah. Headsets. Can you hear me now? And what about Tommy Dick Fingers?
Dick Fingers.
Best ever. But that Royal Family, what do you call it? Early Doors is just quality. It's filmed in the tap room of a pub. There's no other scenes. It shouldn't work. There's like about 9 characters. It's fucking fantastic. So there is some proper classic TV out there that works, and that's one of them. I love it. So I've just started watching it from the start again, and it's just terrific, man. It's right as ninepence, yeah. To the regiment. I wish I was there.
I've been showing Nora Peep Show. Never seen it before.
Enough about your private life now. Come on.
Hey!
Let's move on.
Dennis997, last of your comments then. Would be nice to see the Prince of Darkness wearing a Leeds United shirt in the next podcast. Ha 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 ha.
Unlikely.
Eddie, what's the last Leeds shirt you had?
The last Leeds shirt was the Strongbow, sort of a Viduka one.
Blue.
One. 30 is my 30th birthday. Howard bought me and it had 30 Huey on the back. That'll be it, I think. And before that, have a fuck no. And then the one before that would have been the Acid House blue and Gary Speed one, European blue and yellow with
nice, yeah,
with the classic top. That was it. I'd never really been into tops. I haven't done my thing yet, anyway.
No. Go on, get on with it. Get your thing out.
My thing is, Sorry. My thing is, there's not enough fucking room on the screen. need a wider lens for that, love. You know, I've been listening to Under the Cosh, and Seth Johnson was on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Have you seen it? It sounds like Sean Dyche.
It's weird.
He does. He's gone all gravelly and like... So, interestingly, I listened to it thinking, I'm going to hate this fucker again. It's like bringing it all back again. I actually felt really sorry for him. I left feeling a bit like, that's really sad, because he got that myth about the 34 grand and Ridsdale giving him away money. He wasn't even in the room. He didn't even come to the meeting. It was just his agent and Ridsdale. So the sort of story, I won't bore you too much, but he was on 15 grand at Derby.
That's exactly what he would say.
No, just genuinely, he came across really well.
Staring the fuck.
15 grand a week he was on at Derby. Leeds offered him, I think it was like 27, 28, 29, 32, 34 over the 5-year deal. And he was really remorseful about the fact that he let himself down. He said, I didn't play well even when I got on. I didn't play great. I was injured a lot. I got an ACL injury. I got a thigh injury. I'd never had a muscle injury in my life. I had to have it drained. He sort of told the story a lot more eloquently than I thought he might. And in the end of it, he kind of felt like, he got really chastised by Leeds fans, didn't he? And sort of, he was like that. He was like the example that you give of like how the Ridsdale era was completely wrong and mismanaged. Mm-hmm. And actually, when you hear it, it just goes to show that a lot of the stuff you hear out there in the stands and whatever is a load of bollocks. He wasn't in the meeting. Ridsdale didn't go, we'll give you 24 a week. And he looked at his agent. They were going for 20. And he went, all right, then 35. It's a load of bollocks. It's all bullshit. And he actually came across really well, and it was clearly like disappointed. You know, he felt he was coming to a big club and wanted to do well, playing for England, and his career kind of fucking went off the end of a cliff. So I thought it was really interesting to hear, you know, his side of the story. And, you know, he kind of said, I've never spoke to the fans. Well, I am now, but, you know, I never declared my hand in that as well. I just let their myths perpetuate, but actually, you know, it's a load of shit. So, yeah, be careful what you listen to.
Well, it wasn't his wages that did us in anyway. It was the loan repayment. So the interest.
Well, I know, but what was saying, interesting enough, was he didn't have a relegation clause in his contract. No, whose fault's that? That's not Seth Johnson's fault. That's fucking knobhead Ridsdale, isn't it? So when they signed the deal, 5-year deal, bear in mind, so it's a long deal as well. It's not 2 or 3 years. They never had a relegation clause. So he said, I got a $2,000 a year or $3,000 a year pay rise when we got relegated. Which is just fucking ridiculous, isn't it? So who's right? You know, these people, I see it a lot in what I do now. There's people who look down the nose at my business because it's an SME, it's a small business, it functions on whatever turnover. I laugh at them because they've tipped businesses up left, right and centre. They go into admin owing creditors. They fucking rob people. They don't pay the creditors. They don't pay the providers and suppliers. And you look at people like Ridsdale who sort of lauds it like he's some football genius. And he's got Seth Johnson on a 5-year contract with no relegation clause in it. So when we got relegated, and he played something like 57 games in 4 years, I think it was. It's not a lot. He's not playing a lot of games either. He gets a pay rise when we get relegated.
So what was that program again? But was it a podcast?
Under the Cosh, yeah. It's a football podcast. Yeah.
Under the Cosh, there we go. So that was Macca's thing. And my thing is, so I watched a film that was it was okay. I haven't really watched anything very good recently. Relay, it was fine. It was all right. It was whatever. And then we're watching a show called The Beast in Me on Netflix. I can't really recommend it. It's just Claire Danes. It's like fine. It's like put something on type stuff. You know, like set it on in the corner. It's there. Then you eat your dinner and then you just do whatever sort of thing. So that's my thing. Not very good thing at the moment. Well, try to find a better thing. Average thing.
Not very good thing.
Last comment, Dennis asked us what we want for Christmas. I want Leeds to stay up in the Premier League. I want a fantastic May where we're all singing and dancing and cuddling and crying and laughing and you two will be drinking. That's it. And Merry Christmas for everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Come on, Leeds!